Hello everyone, and let's get started for today. So for today, you are going to be continuing your project that you started yesterday. This week we talked about stylization, texture, the patterns, as well as shape and how it's used to create individualized local projects that have specific meaning to different groups. Now, in your case, you're trying to create a unique style that can be used to identify your own work and to separate you from the crowd. You want your work to be as unique as you are. So this is a great way to start. So the first thing that you were supposed to be doing is supposed to be breaking up your images into geometric and organic shapes. For 6th grade, that meant drawing your favorite place. For 7th grade, that meant drawing something from nature. Remember 7th grade that you need to have at least 8 to 12 shapes, if not more. Now, you can make it more complex, but you cannot make it less complex. Now, without further ado, I will go down to the table so that we can continue and so you can see how it's supposed to be done for today. Now, we're going to try and do this in a 2-part video so that you can actually see what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, 6th grade. At this point in time, you should have taken the time to go ahead and draw your favorite place using basic geometric shapes and organic shapes. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but it needed to be getting the general idea of what you were trying to accomplish. Now, in my case, one of my favorite places happens to be back in my hometown, which is El Paso. So that means that I'm incorporating a bunch of geometric shapes to get the idea of where I grew up into the image. Now notice I did cut off this shape just a little bit, but that's kind of ideal at this point. Now, at this point in time, you can go ahead and add a few extra little designs if you want. You can even put a couple concentric circles or something, but you want to get the general idea of your image. Now, if you have your location finally done and you're like, yes, this is what I want, I absolutely like it just like this, and I apologize in advance, but the next step for this project is to go ahead and put lines all the way through your project. Make sure you put at least 5 going from one side to the other. Now, before you get upset with me, there is a reason for this. Now, we are going, if you remember the slideshow from yesterday, which will be attached, you're going to go ahead and start filling these spaces using different designs, patterns, and textures. Now, the first thing I want you to practice, I'm going to expect to see this at least twice in your project. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using the technique seen in the value video, which again is going to be attached below if you forgot what it looks like. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by pressing down very hard and then slowly lifting your pencil up and relaxing your hand. So in order to press down hard, you put a lot of pressure on that pencil. And then you're going to slowly lift your hand. So I'm going to expect to see this at least twice in your art piece. Select your spots very carefully. I'm choosing this line right here because this goes along the bottom side of my mountains. So I want to see those dark shapes going down. Press down hard and slowly relax your hand. Can you do this more than once? Absolutely. And you can even fill an entire area. So for example, if you really want your mountains to stick out or whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's inside a house or outside, you could make it so that each section has the same design. Now remember, you could always take cues from other artwork and you can erase and clean up your lines. It is highly recommended that you do so that it becomes nice and neat. Now, other options include using things like the little dots and circles, such as we saw in the Aboriginal artwork. You can make certain areas extra, where the lines are extra thick, to really bring the idea of your shapes into it, even when you change the designs. So you can make these lines extra thick so that you can actually see what you're wanting to accomplish. So this is what you're going to be doing at this point. So you're going to go ahead and just fill these spaces. I'm going to stop here because I want you to have a general idea. You do not have to use color, and you do not have to finish this entire page today. I just want to see about halfway done, and that's where I want you to turn it in by the end of today. Thank you.